The unanimous verdict by 7-judge bench on bribes for vote case. All right, we have Ananya back with us on the broadcast. Ananya, you were saying something over the Supreme Court's recent order. Would you like to read it again for our viewers?
Well, definitely. I was reading down the part and portions of the order that the Chief Justice of India himself read. Where it has very, very categorically been stated that, the bribery is not rendered illegal under Article 195 over 19 of the Constitution. They also go on to say that bribery erodes the probity in public life and has now overruled the 1998 judgment in the PV Narasimha Rao case where, MPs and MLAs were given particular immunity if they had casted a vote or given a speech after taking a bribe. However, the Supreme Court has clarified the offense of bribery, starts and ends when a bribe is actually taken, and that's exactly why no kind of immunity can be granted to any kind of MP or a MLA if at all they take a bribe and cast a vote or give a speech in the Parliament of India. So that is a big Parliament or any kind of a house, legislative house, is what the Supreme Court has gone on to say. So big judgment is coming in the immunity that until now the MPs and MLAs enjoyed when it comes to bribery for casting a vote or giving a speech in the Parliament or in any kind of a legislative house is now completely gone. The Supreme Court goes on to say that it's an agnostic offence and that's the reason why no kind of immunity can be actually granted.
Right, and just for the better perspective of our viewers, Ananya, could you take us back to the 1998's verdict in the PV Narasimha Rao case?
Well, definitely. The 1998 verdict in the PV Narasimha Rao case was a 3-2 verdict that was given by, in fact, the Supreme Court, where, it was said that the parliamentarians are immune when it comes to taking a bribe for giving, for giving a speech or casting a vote in the House. Is what that judgment had said, and challenging that particular judgment, appeal was made here in the Supreme Court of India. First, 3 judges bench of the Supreme Court, and then 7 judges bench of the top court of the country has now very clearly and categorically in a unanimous verdict has stated that no kind of immunity can be enjoyed when it comes to, in fact, an offence of bribery.
Big breaking news now coming in. Well, we are learning that unanimous verdict by 7-judge bench on bribes for vote case is out. Supreme Court has in fact overruled the 1998 verdict in the PV Narasimha Rao case. The apex court was deciding if lawmakers have immunity from prosecution for taking bribe to make speech, cast vote in House, whether legal immunity enjoyed by legislator under Article 105 and 194 protects them from prosecution for taking bribes or not. We have CNN News 18's legal correspondent Ananya Bhatnagar joining us on the broadcast. Ananya, please help us put that into perspective for our viewers.
Well, definitely, this is a very, very crucial verdict that is now coming from the top of the country. There was Sheeta Soren, who was a member of the JNM, who had, in fact, now the Supreme Court. The matter had travelled from the 3 judges bench to finally within this bench headed by the Chief Justice of India, Dr. Jibe. Now, when categorically starts to be clarified that no kind of immunity is enjoyed by any parliamentarian when it comes to taking bribe for giving a vote in the Parliament, in the House, or taking a bribe for giving a speech in the House. So that is the immunity that existed due to the 1998 judgment in the PV Narasimha Rao case does not exist now. Is what the Supreme Court.
Good evening. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Poonam Burde. We're a few months away from the big clash of 2024, the dates for which will be announced in just a few days from now. But the battle has already begun. Prime Minister Modi has set a 400-par mission for the BJP and its allies, 370 seats just for the BJP. That's the dream plan. It will be achieved, and if they do, they would come close to the heels of the 1984 election when Rajiv Gandhi secured a landslide victory by winning 414 seats. Now, the BJP has swiftly moved in the direction of achieving that dream. As we speak, Prime Minister Modi is touring 10 states over the next 9 days. The party's focus is on the southern states where they hope to make inroads, make an impact. Now, the India bloc is also turning up the heat, wishing to stop the Modi juggernaut in its tracks. They were faced by many setbacks, but they are brave in the face of it all. They are pushing through. Now, issues vary every election, but one common theme, at least in the recent past, seems to be attacking the Prime Minister personally. Many acerbic attacks have been made against him in the run-up to several elections, both at the state level and the last two general elections as well. Most of which, unfortunately for the opposition, have resulted in the BJP winning those elections. Now, in a throwback to 2019, when Prime Minister Modi turned Rahul Gandhi's Chaukidar Chor Hai Jibe into a popular mass movement, he called him Main Bhi Chaukidar Hoon. That became the BJP slogan then. BJP now has once again done something similar. They've turned Lalu Prasad's taunt that Modi has no parivar into a campaign. BJP's top guns have added Modi ka parivar to their social media profiles. There's a campaign that is going to happen on ground as well. BJP and the Prime Minister have often attacked the opposition parties for dynasty politics. Has the BJP then seized this moment once again? Have they taken this campaign against Parivarwad to the next level? Or is this just a moment that will pass by as far as the election campaigning goes? Now, Prime Minister Modi was in Adilabad today in Telangana as he responded to the critics. He took them head on. Let me take you through some of the highlights of what the Prime Minister said when he was addressing that rally. He said, crores of people of this country consider me as their own. He was talking about Lalu Prasad Yadav, who yesterday said that he has no family of his own. People of India consider me as a member of their family, said the Prime Minister. He spoke of 140 crore people of this nation. He said, they are my family. Those who have no one, they belong to Modi, they belong to me, and I have been working for every single person in this country, is what the Prime Minister said from that rally stage. He said, when I question dynasty politics, the opposition says Modi has no family. The character of dynasty politics is to lie and loot. For me, the entire country is my family, and the entire country believes I am a part of the family, is what the Prime Minister said. Now, time and time again, opposition has resorted to personal attacks against the Prime Minister. But each time, unfortunately, the opposition did that, it turned to the Prime Minister and to the BJP's advantage. Right from 2014 to 2023, Modi has countered the opposition slurs fiercely. Let's take a look at what happened just last year in 2023. Just after India's heartbreaking loss to Australia in the World Cup finals, opposition leaders targeted Prime Minister Modi for attending the final. He said it was due to him being present there. He was called a panauti or a bad omen, and that's why India lost the match, they said. That's what Rahul Gandhi said. Remember, Rahul Gandhi's pot shots came just before the 5 state elections were to be, the results were to be declared. The Congress suffered a terrible drubbing. They lost 3 out of those 5 states, including Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. And Rajasthan, and they failed to return in Chhattisgarh as well. Rahul Gandhi, remember, had raised the slogan, Gali Gali Mein Shor Hai, Desh Ka Chaukidar Chor Hai, that happened in 2018, right before the 2019 elections. He did so at an election rally in Rajasthan with just months to go. That comment also backfired for the Congress party. BJP then began Main Bhi Chaukidar campaign. It resonated for the people on ground in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. Cutting across back a few years ago, in October 2016, Rahul Gandhi attacked the Prime Minister. He claimed that he was doing khoon ki dalali, that he was politicizing the sacrifice of our martyrs. Remember the impact it had on the assembly elections that were held right after. That was in Uttar Pradesh in 2017. It was a complete debacle for the Congress party. BJP won 324 seats. The Congress managed to win just 7 seats in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Let's then look at what Congress leader Manishankar Aiyar in the past has said. He took the chai wala jai by the Prime Minister just before the 2014 Lok Sabha elections. He said that Modi will never become the Prime Minister as far as 21st century is concerned. He will find no place for him because he wanted to distribute tea, is what Manishankar Aiyar said. That comment ended up badly wounding the Congress party. It was relegated to just 44 seats in the Lok Sabha that year. Prime Minister Modi has tactfully used these barbs against him to his own advantage. The BJP has tried to use those to highlight the humble beginnings and origins of the Prime Minister, attacking the Congress for not accepting the rise of someone with humble origins. BJP's Chai Pe Charcha campaign had that kind of effect. That's where it originated from, right after Manishankar Aiyar's jibe. You saw the effect that it had. So as far as the 2024 clash goes, who has the edge? Is it the BJP or the opposition? Who stands where as of today? That's something that we'll take you a status check of. Let's begin by what the BJP has been doing so far. The Prime Minister, like I mentioned just a few minutes ago, is on a 10-day tour of Bharat. He started from Telangana today. This is a part of the BJP's 400 Par mission. Compared to the Prime Minister's blitz, Rahul Gandhi also is on his yatra. The Bharat Jodo Yatra 2.0, the Nyay Yatra, is witnessing Very few allies, the SP and the RJD, were the only ones that were a part of this Nyaya Yatra through different parts of this country, even though 26 parties are a part of the India Alliance. Now, the BJP released its first list of 195 candidates on Saturday. Top guns have been named. The maximum has been done for West Bengal and Uttar Pradesh. On the other hand, what has the opposition done? We're given to understand that the Congress is meeting today. Their manifesto meeting is taking place. What we're learning from our sources is that the Congress is eyeing 275 seats to contest, but unfortunately, they aren't able to fight winnable candidates, which is why that list is taking longer than expected to come out. The BJP launched its campaign song for 2024. Tabhi to Modi Chunte Hain was the song they released a few weeks ago. We're given to understand that has already gone viral. The party has reached out 10 years of its achievement slogan. On the other hand, the opposition camp is still looking undecided. What exactly is going to be their common minimum program? Is fighting Modi the only one common agenda they have? That's something that many are asking. Manifestos of these parties, including the Congress party, is still in its stages of being taken. Suggestions on board is still being discussed. The BJP is confident that 370 is what the BJP is going to get this time around. And yet, they are looking to broaden their horizons, looking to broaden their alliance. The opposition says that this is their sign of being rattled. The BJP is stitching alliance with smaller parties. It is setting its own terms though. The India bloc, whereas unfortunately, is losing many of these allies. They are fighting over seat sharing. They look disunited. At least the optics of it do not fare well for them. Many of the allies are not okay with the Congress party having the upper hand or having the big brother attitude anymore. So as far as the 2024 big battle goes, from 2019, the Chaukidar Jibe, to 2024, now Mera Pariwar, a taunt of the Prime Minister. Is this battle cry the one that sets this narrative? That's the big debate tonight.
मेरा भारत मेरा परिवार।
ज्यादा संतान होने वाले लोगों को बोलता कि परिवारवाद है, परिवार के लिए लोग लड़ रहे हैं। तुम्हारे पास परिवार नहीं है।
जिसका कोई नहीं है वो भी मोदी के हैं और मोदी उनका है।
समाज के लिए और राष्ट्र को परम वैभव तक ले जाने के संकल्प के साथ अपने परिवार को छोड़ा था, तो उसी क्षण उन्होंने यह संकल्प ले लिया था जब ये पूरा देश मेरा परिवार है।
Joining me on this broadcast, national spokesperson of the BJP, Shazia Ilmi, Arshpreet Karyal, spokesperson of the Congress, spokesperson of the RJD, Priyanka Bharti joins me, and Dr. Ajay Kumar Pandey, national spokesperson of the LJP, joining me on this broadcast as well. Let me begin by asking Priyanka Bharti of the RJD. Priyanka Bharti, the RJD's Lalu Prasad Yadav came out yesterday and raised several questions about the Prime Minister, about why he did not shave his head after his mother's demise and that he was not a Hindu. He also said, उनका कोई परिवार ही नहीं है, इसीलिए वो नहीं जानते इस बारे में. Today, the Prime Minister came out and said, पूरा देश मेरा परिवार है, वो मेरे साथ खड़ा है. How do you think that is going to fare for the RJD?
When Pradhan Mantri, when PM Modi says, whole India is my family, I think he means the IT cell karyakartas of BJP who went to BHU and raped a female student over there. Might be they are their family, we are not. We are not those type of people, so he should not count people like us who are not rapists, people like us into their family. These people might be their family. Adani Ambani could be their family. Those who give 6,568 crores of electoral bond, they could be Modi's family, not the farmers who are raising concerns about MSP, who are dying fighting the battle for MSP. They are not his family. Women are not their family. His family is only the capitalists who are funding him. They are their family.
Shazia Ilmi, what constitutes Prime Minister Modi and the BJP's family is very selective, says the opposition. That's something that the Congress party has also said.
Good evening, Poonam. First of all, I'd like to say that I'm completely disgusted by what Lalu Prasad Yadav ji had to say. The way he mocked the Prime Minister and referred to his not having any children was just not just disrespectful of him, but to so many leaders of our country, whether it's Naveen Patnaik ji, whether it's Mamata Banerjee ji, or whether it's Mayawati ji. And I think it is absolutely unbecoming, shameful of what Lalu ji said. And the answer that our Prime Minister ji gave was befitting, and it just slammed them. But I really want to say this, that Lalu Prasad Yadav will really find it difficult to live this down.
Sure.
He owes a big apology, not just to the Prime Minister, but a whole lot of other leaders, not necessarily of this party. And to have a family and to indulge in corruption and take land from people when you give them jobs and to steal from the food of the beasts and animals and call yourself a good family man. I don't know what to say. I'm personally so repulsed by what has been said by Lalu ji. Politics aside, and yes, we all are a family. All of us, all of India, all the world. You know, Lalu Prasad Yadav and his likes are so far removed
Sure.
from anything thoughtful and deep when we talk about Vasudeva Kutumbakam. And this is what they have to say. I mean, he has crossed all lines. And I think the lady who's
Allegations
there, representing RJD should really not be sitting here, should actually be saying that she's ashamed to be member of a party which talks about people and their
But that's the thing about allegations, Shazia Almi, isn't it? They fly from both sides. That's exactly what the RJD spokesperson also did. Priyanka Bharti, you had a rebuttal to make before I get in the other two panelists.
Who was talking about that she is feeling disgusted. As a woman, wasn't she feeling disgusted when Pradhan Mantri Modi went to West Bengal and not just like a civil person, he said, Didi, oh Didi. Some tapori talks like that. He told Barbala,
very respectful. In your world,
50
in your world, Didi is disrespectful. In our world, Didi, oh Didi, is very respectful. You're talking rubbish, Priyanka. You have no answer. You don't know what to say. You don't know what to say. You know what Lalu Prasad Yadav said? कि Prime Minister की कोई बच्चे नहीं है. What's the point of having so many children and just indulging in corruption and stealing from the common people? Shame on you, Priyanka. Shame on you as a lady who speaks such rubbish. How can anyone call you like that? Not only is it politically incorrect, but it's indecent. Shameful. Shameful.
How can women be called
You should be disgusted. Women? You're talking about women? Lalu Prasad Yadav respects one woman. That is his wife and makes her the CM. The whole Lavri Devi syndrome.
Shazia Almi and Priyanka Bharti, allegations fly from both sides. Language being used on both sides is being questioned. But let's talk about how that has fared for the... Sure.
Do you want to be that?
Sure, the opposition though is questioning the kind of language that's been used by BJP leaders time and again. I want to get in the other two panelists as well.
10 seconds. Poonam, only 10 seconds. Poonam,
Sure,
ask
go ahead.
Priyanka. So Mamata Banerjee has no children. What is Lalu Prasad saying? What is Priyanka saying? That she should not be in politics. What about Mayawati ji? She has no children. What about Naveen Patnaik ji? He has no children. So
PM kids, he had a
I
wife.
would say the same thing about them.
Pradhan Mantri has a wife.
Now you don't
Sure.
have an answer. Now you don't have an answer. Disgusted by you.
Sure, so the RJD definitely stands by what has been said. It looks like many within the opposition also do stand by what Lalu Prasad Yadav had said yesterday. We saw Akhilesh Yadav also talk about it. We had several within the opposition, including Arvind Kejriwal and the Congress, come out and speak about it. But I want to get in Arshpreet Kadyal. Arshpreet Kadyal, in the past, unfortunately for the Congress party, every time personal attacks were made against the Prime Minister, that really hasn't fared as well.
Thank you.
Sure, Shazia Almi, you had your say. Let me get in the other two panelists as well. Arshpreet Kadyal, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Now that the elections are just around the corner, so Bharat Hai Mera Pariwar comes. But for the last 10 years, when they actually could have made Bharat their Parivar, their family, they did not. They left out the poor. They left out the minorities. They left out the opposition-ruled states. And the only ones that were made a part of the family were the rich, the corporate, and the powerful. That is the definition of family for the Bharatiya Janata Party. And of course, they have a history, a legacy of Parivar Var, Who is
Rahul
Mr.
Gandhi has no
Jesha?
children.
Who is, if I may, let's not do that.
Shazia Almi, let him finish, please. I'll give you your time too. I'll give you your time for your rebuttal. Let him finish, please.
Thank you. So the Bharatiya Janata Party has this legacy of Parivarvad. Let's talk of who Mr. Jesha is, who Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan is, Jyotiraditya Scindia is, Anurag Thakur is, Piyush Goyal is, Kiran Rijiju is, Nirmala Sitharaman is. Who are all these people? And when you talk of family and Parivarvad, please comment upon these leaders also. Number two, the Bharatiya Janata Party talks of language. The kind of language that the Bharatiya Janata Party has used for the Congress Party and its leaders is what I'll tell you. Saddam, Dayan, raincoat पहन के नहाना कैसे है, विदेशी ताकतों का मोहरा, कांग्रेस की ये कौन सी विधवा है, 50 crore की girlfriend, and terrorists and things that I cannot even say on TV because the Bharatiya Janata Party is used to uttering unparliamentary words. Then, why have they not included the farmers and their family in the definition of family? One has been killed this time in Farmers Protest 2.0. Several have been injured. 700 farmers were killed at the time of Farmers Protest 1.0. Number two, the people of Manipur. Let's not do that, please. I did not interrupt you.
No, we're talking. No, Shazia Almi, the point I think the Congress is trying to make is also what several of its leaders have put on social media is that when you talk about the whole country as your family, you also need to talk about these constituents.
Exactly. The people of Manipur.
That's the point the Congress is trying to make, ma'am.
Yes, so the people of Manipur that have lost their lives, you should have made if I may, please. The people of Manipur were awaiting justice when they were dying there, when there was a law and order situation. The Prime Minister did not speak for 79 days. Let's not do that, Shazia.
Sure.
So, when in Manipur, the people were dying due to the law and order failure, Mr. Modi was quiet for 79 days. He preferred to go to Rajasthan but could not go to Manipur. The farmers have not been included. The opposition ruled states, the people of those opposition ruled states have not been included.
You agree with Lalu Prasad Yadav?
That's why you subject them to stepmotherly treatment. That's why you do not give them money. That's why you do not give them packages.
Sure, Shazia Almi and Arshpreet Kadyal, let's bring this discussion back on track. Shazia Almi, sure. Let's bring this back on track. Shazia Almi, the allegation against the BJP is also that you have no high moral ground to claim or attack anybody else about the language that's being used because BJP leaders too often have used that kind of language. Like I said, if allegations fly on both sides, that allegation also flies on both sides.
Yeah, Poonam, there's one person who's been vilified the most, abused the most, right? Talking about his mother, talking about his father, bringing his family into it, and now him being childless. Does Rahul Gandhi, how many children does Rahul Gandhi have? Does that mean he doesn't deserve to be there? I think by Lalu Prasad Yadav standards, Rahul Gandhi should resign from politics. Because he's not fit to be in politics. How does he answer that?
Why did you not include the poor in the definition of family?
जवाब है.
Why did you not include the people of minorities in the definition of family?
Clearly this looks like it is going across the board. Let me also get in. Shazia Almi, Arshpreet Kadyal, do stay on with us. Let me also get in one gentleman of the LJP who's been waiting patiently. Mr. Pandey, we've seen what has transpired in the past. We've seen the history of how personal attacks fare for either sides, be it the opposition or be it the BJP. This time around, do you think this is going to have an impact? Do you think this is going to be advantage the BJP like the last time that we saw as far as Chaukidar Chore went in 2019?
Yes, absolutely correct. And personally, I have been observing this and would have been in one of the chosen spokesperson to say the moment you attack Modi, it's like you are throwing the bathwater along with the baby. So they have lost the elections. We are putting this hill. We are crossing the 400 marks, what you were saying. This is the end of it. Because there is another problem. They got, except this, nothing to point out. Because there are a long list of achievements. The kind of mass support we are getting, the kind of aggressive stand we have taken and taken the lead in declaring the candidate. Do you remember their last meeting in Delhi? What was announced that by 31st December, they were supposed to release their election manifesto and the first lead. And after that, what happened? Even Nitish Kumar joined, even Jayant Chaudhary joined. So what they are left with to talk to their masses? Laluji is a big entertainer. He was entertaining his own style. What's new? And all these talks of Modi ji not saving his head. Are Lalu ji, you arrested Advani ji on the same Ram issue. Country has not forgotten. Akhilesh ji, it was your government. You ordered fire on the Ram Bhakts. Country has not forgotten this. Do you remember few months back, Sanatan being called Dengu ka Machhar? You were part of that alliance. The country has not forgotten this.
Sure.
And we are not
So why we're talking about language that is being used, Arshpreet Karyal, is perhaps because the opposition has nothing else to talk about. That's the allegation that the NDA as a bloc makes against the India alliance.
See, I've already given an example of how the Bharatiya Janata Party talks and what all it utters. However, I would just want to make the Bharatiya Janata Party understand one thing. When you talk of family, include the minorities in that. We all saw what happened with the Sikh IPS officer there in West Bengal and what the BJP workers had to say about it. We all saw how you've been treating the minorities, the communities that do not come from.
Rajiv Gandhi.
If I may, please, if I may complete. Second of
Dr.
all,
Pandey, I'll come to you. Let him finish, please.
Thank you.
Should I talk about
Second
the
of
Sikh
all,
riots?
second of all, if
Can
I
talk
may,
about Sajjan
Shazia,
Jindal?
the Bharatiya
Shall I talk
Janata,
about the
if I
Sikh
may,
riots? What
if I
happened
may,
to Sikh? He's
Shazia.
talking about a Sikh officer who was
Well, I think-
Shazia, I'll come to you.
wrongfully.
Shazia, I'll come to you. Let him make his point. I'll come to you.
I mean, does he even know anything at
If
all?
I may.
He's talking about what did they do to Sikhs? What about the Sikh riots?
May
What
I?
about the Sikh the commission?
What BJP?
I
I mean, what
done.
about Sajjan Jindal?
Arsh-
What about
We cannot have this like this with everyone speaking
Yeah,
over
of course,
everyone
of course
else.
we
We'll
can't
try.
have it like
We'll
this.
yes,
He-
we'll
he
try
doesn't
and
know.
we'll try and
I
keep
mean,
this
shame on
civilized,
you,
please.
Arshpreet. Do you have
Arshpreet, please continue. Shazia, I'll come to you. I'll give you your time.
Insurgency. What was
Thank you.
Please, it's a humble request, Shazia. Shazia, please let him finish. I'll come to you. The same goes for Priyanka Bharti. I'll come to you as well. We have enough time on the debate. Arshpreet Karyal, please finish your point.
Thank you. See, the problem with the Bharatiya Janata Party is they do not want to hear the voice of the opposition. They do not want to hear the voice of the minorities. They do not want to hear the voice of the farmers. They do not want to hear the voice of the poor, and therefore they do not include them in their family. That is what the problem is. They rather consider them and treat them as their enemy. That is the problem of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Number two, they talk of loot and shoot. Let's talk of loot. A former president of the Bharatiya Janata Party has been convicted for corruption. Let's talk of loot. Your lone Mizoram MLA then was convicted of corruption as well. And let's talk of jhoot, 15 lakh, 2 crore jobs, doubling farmers' income. What have you delivered? Mr. Modi, when he was the chief minister, said MSP should be given as a legal guarantee. And today you're fighting the farmers for that. I mean, the Bharatiya Janata Party for once needs to introspect as to what the definition of family should be.
Sure.
Your definition of family is not family, it is parivarwad. To
Sure.
help the leaders that you have in the party to
Sure, but
expand
speaking
their
of family,
parivar, to
Arshpreet
empower
Karyal,
themselves.
speaking of family, the allegation that the Congress is one big family, just of one family, is not an allegation that the BJP or the NDA makes. It's leaders from within your party who've also sounded it out, who've now left the party.
If I may just clarify one thing, the president of our party is Sri Mallikarjun Kharge Sahab, the very person that the Bharatiya Janata Party hates because of his community, because of his humble background, and therefore he was not even inducted in the One Nation, One Election committee that was formed by them. I would want to ask the Bharatiya Janata Party, why do you not consider the backward classes your family? Why do you not consider the leaders that come from humble background your family? And why do you not try to empower them? I mean, the Bharatiya Janata Party's family's definition is only parivar.
Sure, and Shazia Almi will answer. Shazia Almi will answer on that. But my question to you was, what about taking your own party members as a family? Because many within your party don't feel like they're a part of this Congress party family.
Well,
Arjun
everybody in
Modwadia
the
being the
India
latest
bloc.
one. Just a few minutes ago, he resigned, ending his 4-decade-long career with the Congress.
Everybody in the India bloc is a part of one big family that fights for democracy and fights for the constitution. And the Bharatiya Janata Party is anti-democracy, anti-constitution. Therefore, AIADMK left them, Samta Party left them, SAD left them, SAD Shyukt is on the verge of leaving them, and I've heard rumors that 4-5 are going to be leaving it very soon because परिवार किसी को मानते नहीं अपने खुद के अलावा अपने corporate houses को, the big corporate houses that they have forged this familiarity with, this relationship with, they only consider them their family, nobody else, not even their workers. Therefore, the Bharatiya Janata Party should apologize to the people of India for having.
Unfortunately, Harshpreet Karyal, the same would be said of the Congress party also. Shazia Ilmi, the kind of comments that have come to the fore from within the Congress party for the Congress party ground workers, the kind of comments that were used recently, all of it would also go on to suggest that what the Congress is accusing you of today is the same allegation they face. Allies have been deserting them as well.
I mean, Poonam, what are we seeing
against the
in clear
BJP
accounts? And we've seen it
in
vision, in clear
I didn't catch that.
broad daylight. Rahul Gandhi considers, and there's nothing wrong with being a dog lover. We all are. I'm a huge animal lover. But to treat, to offer food and biscuits to your canines first and to your pets first, before even respecting a senior leader in your party, and when the dog refuses to eat that, and then you offer the same biscuit to your seniors who've been waiting, who've been wanting to have a meeting. You talk about that being a person who's capable of even thinking of what family is.
Are you against animals too?
I don't want to go further.
Are you against animals too?
To know, I mean, this is family.
Are you against
Harshpreet
animals?
Karyal, I let you have your say. I asked her to not interrupt you. Please allow the courtesy to her as well. Shazia Ilmi,
Yes,
continue.
and I also want to say one more thing. For years in talking about minorities, if there's one party which has actually what was
Shazia Ilmi, unfortunately, I have to interrupt you there and I have to leave it at that. The Prime Minister is campaigning. He's currently in Chennai, cutting across to that.
உயிர்ப்பும் துடிப்பும் நிரம்பி இருக்கும் இந்த நகரத்திற்கு வருவது மிக அருமையாக இருக்கிறது. திறமைகள், வர்த்தகம், பாரம்பரியம் ஆகியவற்றின் மைய புள்ளி சென்னை. வளர்ச்சியடைந்த இந்தியாவை கட்டமைக்கும் நமது நோக்கத்திலே சென்னை வாசிகள் மிக முக்கியமான பங்கினை ஆற்றுவார்கள்.
साथियों, तमिलनाडु के प्रति मेरा लगाव बहुत पहले से है. मुझसे आपका प्रेम भी बहुत पुराना है, लेकिन इधर कुछ वर्षों से मैं जब भी तमिलनाडु आता हूं, कुछ लोगों के पेट में दर्द होने लगता है. इन्हें इस बात से तकलीफ होती है कि बीजेपी का जनाधार यहां लगातार बढ़ रहा है और आज यहां चेन्नई में भी हम देख रहे हैं दूर दूर तक लोग ही लोग बैठे हैं, उत्साह से भरे हुए लोग बैठे हैं.
நண்பர்களே, எனக்கும் தமிழ்நாட்டிற்கும் இடையேயான உறவு மிக பழமையானது. நீங்கள் என் மீது பொழியும் இந்த அன்பும் கூட மிகவும் பழமையானது. ஆனால் இங்கே சில ஆண்டுகளாகவே நான் தமிழ்நாட்டிற்கு வரும்போது சிலருக்கு வயிற்று வலி ஏற்படுகிறது. வயிற்றிலே புளியை கரைக்கிறது. காரணம் என்ன தெரியுமா? காரணம் பாஜகவுக்கு மக்கள் ஆதரவு தொடர்ந்து வலுவடைந்து வருகிறது என்பதுதான். இன்று சென்னையிலே இதை நாம் தெளிவாக பார்த்துக் கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். நெடுந்தொலைவுக்கு மக்கள் வெள்ளம் திரண்டிருப்பதை பார்த்துக் கொண்டிருக்கிறோம்.
साथियों, मोदी ने विकसित भारत के साथ साथ विकसित तमिलनाडु का संकल्प लिया हुआ है. हमें जल्द ही भारत को दुनिया की टॉप 3 इकोनॉमी बनाना है. इसमें तमिलनाडु की, चेन्नई की भी बड़ी भूमिका है. भारत सरकार चेन्नई जैसे शहरों को विकसित करने के लिए निरंतर काम कर रही है। हमारी सरकार द्वारा चेन्नई में हजारों करोड़ रुपए के अर्बन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट पर काम किया जा रहा है। स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन हो, पीने के पानी और सीवेज मैनेजमेंट के लिए अमृत स्कीम हो, चेन्नई मेट्रो और चेन्नई एयरपोर्ट प्रोजेक्ट हो, हमने ऐसे कई प्रोजेक्ट्स को आगे बढ़ाया है जिससे यहां ईज ऑफ लिविंग बढ़े। चेन्नई पोर्ट से मदुरवोयल के बीच कॉरिडोर बनाने के लिए भी हजारों करोड़ रुपए खर्च किए जा रहे हैं।
நண்பர்களே, மோடி வளர்ச்சியடைந்த பாரதத்தோடு கூடவே வளர்ச்சியடைந்த தமிழ்நாட்டிற்கான உறுதிப்பாட்டையும் மேற்கொண்டிருக்கிறேன். நாம் மிக விரைவாக பாரதத்தை உலகின் 3 தலை சிறந்த பொருளாதாரங்களில் ஒன்றாக ஆக்க வேண்டும். இதிலே தமிழ்நாட்டின் சென்னையின் பங்களிப்பு மிகப்பெரியது. பாரத அரசு சென்னை போன்ற நகரங்களின் வளர்ச்சிக்காக தொடர்ந்து பணியாற்றி வருகிறது. நமது அரசாங்கம் வாயிலாக சென்னையில் ஆயிரக்கணக்கான கோடி ரூபாய் மதிப்பிலான நகர்ப்புற கட்டமைப்பு திட்டங்கள் தொடர்பான பணிகள் நிறைவேற்றப்பட்டு வருகின்றன. அது ஸ்மார்ட் நகரங்களாகட்டும், குடிநீர் மற்றும் கழிவுநீர் மேலாண்மைக்கான அம்ருத் திட்டமாகட்டும், சென்னை மெட்ரோ மற்றும் சென்னை விமான நிலைய திட்டங்களாகட்டும், சென்னை வாசிகளின் வாழ்க்கை மேம்பாடு அடைய வேண்டும் என்பதற்காக நாம் வாழ்க்கை வாழ்வதில் சுலபத்தன்மை வேண்டும் என்பதன் பொருட்டு பல திட்டங்களை முன்னெடுத்துச் சென்றிருக்கிறோம். சென்னை துறைமுகத்திற்கும் மதுரவாயிலுக்கும் இடையேயான காரிடார் இடைவெளியை ஏற்படுத்தவும் கூட ஆயிரக்கணக்கான கோடி ரூபாய் செலவு செய்யப்பட்டு வருகின்றது.
साथियों, केंद्र सरकार के इन प्रयासों के बीच डीएमके सरकार ने चेन्नई के लोगों की जरूरतों से, आपके सपनों से मुंह फेर रखा है। अभी कुछ समय पहले इतना बड़ा साइक्लोन आया, चेन्नई के लोगों को इतनी परेशानी हुई, लेकिन डीएमके सरकार ने मदद करने की जगह लोगों की मुश्किलों को और ज्यादा बढ़ाने का काम किया। डीएमके के लोग संकट के समय फ्लड मैनेजमेंट नहीं करते, बल्कि ये मीडिया मैनेजमेंट करने में लगे रहते हैं। लोगों के घरों में पानी भरा हुआ था, लेकिन ये लोग मीडिया से कह रहे थे कि सब ठीक हो गया है। इसी से पता चलता है कि डीएमके सरकार को जनता के सुख दुख से, आपके सुख दुख से कोई मतलब नहीं है.
நண்பர்களே, ஒருபுறம் மத்திய அரசு தமிழ்நாடு மற்றும் சென்னையின் எதிர்காலத்திற்காக பணியாற்றி வருகிறது. ஆனால் மறுபுறத்திலோ மாநிலத்தில் அதிகாரத்தில் இருக்கும் திராவிட முன்னேற்றக் கழக அரசு சென்னை வாசிகளின் தேவைகளை அவர்களின் கனவுகளை கண்டுகொள்ளவே இல்லை. சில காலம் முன்புதான் மிகப்பெரிய புயல் வந்தது. சென்னை வாழ் மக்களுக்கு ஏகப்பட்ட துயரம் உண்டானது. உண்டாச்சா? அங்கே இந்த குரலே வரல. நான் சொல்றது சரியா? இன்னும் சத்தமா தில்லி கோட்டை வரைக்கும் கேட்கணும். புயல்னால இங்க வெள்ளப்பெருக்குனால கஷ்டம் உண்டாச்சு. ஆனால் திமுக அரசாங்கம் அவதிப்படும் மக்களுக்கு உதவிக்கரம் நீட்டுவதற்கு பதிலாக அவர்களுடைய துயரத்தை மேலும் மேலும் அதிகப்படுத்தும் வேலையை செய்திருக்கிறது. திமுகவை சேர்ந்தவர்கள் பெருவெள்ள பெருந்துயர் காலத்திலே வெள்ள மேலாண்மையை செய்வதில்லை. மாறாக என்ன செய்கிறார்கள்? ஊடக மேலாண்மையை செய்கிறார்கள். ஊடகங்களை சரிகட்டுகிறார்கள். சரியா? மக்களின் வீடுகளுக்குள்ளே வெள்ள நீர் நிரம்பிவிட்டது. ஆனால் இவர்கள் ஊடகங்களிலே என்ன சொல்லுகிறார்கள்? பாலும் தேனும் ஓடுகிறதாம், வெள்ள நீர் ஓடவே இல்லை என்கிறார்கள். திமுக அரசாங்கத்திற்கு மக்களின் துக்கங்கள், துயரங்கள் பற்றியெல்லாம் சுத்தமாக அக்கறை இல்லை, கவலை இல்லை. தமிழ் மக்களே, உங்களை பற்றியும் கவலை இல்லை, தமிழ்நாட்டை பற்றியும் அக்கறை இல்லை என்பதுதான் இதிலிருந்து நன்கு தெரிய வருகிறது.
साथियों, बीजेपी की केंद्र सरकार संवेदनशील है और गरीब की चिंता करने वाली सरकार है. कोरोना महामारी में हमने सबसे पहले गरीबों के लिए मुफ्त राशन की चिंता की. जब देश ने अपनी वैक्सीन बनाई तो हमने तय किया कि हर व्यक्ति को मुफ्त में वैक्सीन मिले. तमिलनाडु तो एमएसएमई सेक्टर का लीडर स्टेट है. हमारी एमएसएमई को नुकसान न हो इसके लिए हमारी सरकार ने तमिलनाडु की लाखों एमएसएमईज को हजारों करोड़ रुपए का क्रेडिट भी दिलाया.
நண்பர்களே, பாஜகவின் மத்திய அரசு புரிந்துணர்வு உடைய அரசாங்கம், ஏழைகளின் நலனையே கருத்தில் கொண்டு செயல்படும் மக்கள் அரசாங்கம். கொரோனா பெருந்தொற்றின் போது நாம் முதன்மையாக ஏழைகளுக்கு இலவச ரேஷன் பொருட்களை வழங்க ஏழைகள் நலனில் அக்கறை கொண்ட நமது அரசு ஏற்பாடு செய்தது. தேசம் தனக்கென சொந்தமாக ஒரு தடுப்பூசியை உருவாக்கிய போது அனைவருக்கும் இந்த தடுப்பூசி இலவசமாக கிடைக்க வேண்டும் என்று ஏழைகள் நலனில் அக்கறை கொண்ட நமது அரசாங்கம் தீர்மானம் செய்தது. தமிழ்நாடு சிறு குறு நடுத்தர தொழில்கள் துறையில் முன்னணி மாநிலம் என்பது நம் அனைவருக்கும் தெரியும். நமது சிறு குறு நடுத்தர தொழில்களுக்கு எந்த பாதிப்பும் ஏற்பட்டுவிடக் கூடாது என்பதற்காகவே நமது அரசாங்கம் தமிழ்நாட்டின் லட்சக்கணக்கான சிறு குறு நடுத்தர தொழில்களுக்கு ஆயிரக்கணக்கான கோடி ரூபாய்க்கும் அதிகமாக கடன் வசதி அளித்தது.
साथियों, बीजेपी की केंद्र सरकार तमिलनाडु के विकास के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है. इसके लिए भारत सरकार अनेक योजनाओं का पैसा सीधे यहां के लाभार्थियों को भेज रही है. डीएमके को दिक्कत इसी बात से है कि लाखों करोड़ रुपए का ये लाभ सीधे तमिलनाडु के लोगों के अकाउंट में पहुंच रहा है. आज टॉयलेट्स, गैस कनेक्शन, नल से जल कनेक्शन, फ्री हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, सड़क, रेल, हाईवे, पोर्ट, सब पर काम हो रहा है। लाखों करोड़ रुपयों के इन विकास कार्यों को लूटने में डीएमके के लोगों को मुश्किल आ रही है। इस बात से यहां की एक फैमिली बहुत परेशान है। इसलिए ये डीएमके के लोग सोच रहे हैं कि अगर पैसे नहीं तो कम से कम इन कामों का क्रेडिट ही खा सके, लेकिन उसमें भी उन्हें सफलता नहीं मिल रही। मैं डीएमके को बताना चाहता हूं, मोदी तमिलनाडु के विकास का पैसा आपको लूटने नहीं देगा और जो पैसा आपने लूटा है वो वसूल कर वापस तमिलनाडु के लोगों पर खर्च किया जाएगा। ये मोदी की गारंटी है। இது மோடியின் கேரண்டி।
நண்பர்களே, பாஜகவின் மத்திய அரசு தமிழ்நாட்டின் வளர்ச்சிக்காகவும் முன்னேற்றத்திற்காகவும் கச்சை கட்டிக்கொண்டு பணியாற்றி வருகின்றது. இதன் பொருட்டு பாரத அரசு பல திட்டங்களின் தொகையை நேரடியாக இங்கே பயனாளிகளுக்கு அனுப்பிவிடுகிறது. லட்சக்கணக்கான கோடி ரூபாய் ஆதாயங்கள் இப்போது நேரடியாக மக்களின் வங்கி கணக்குகளை சென்றடைகின்றன என்பதுதான் திமுகவிற்கு மிகப்பெரிய வருத்தம். சரியா? இன்று கழிப்பறைகளாகட்டும், எரிவாயு இணைப்பாகட்டும், குழாய் வழி குடிநீர் இணைப்பாகட்டும், ரயில் வழிகள், சாலைகள், இலவச ஆயுள் காப்பீடுகளாகட்டும், நெடுஞ்சாலைகள், துறைமுகங்கள் என அனைத்து துறைகளிலும் பணிகள் நடந்தேறி வருகின்றன. இந்த வளர்ச்சி திட்டங்களின் லட்சக்கணக்கான கோடி ரூபாயை கொள்ளையடிக்க முடியாமல் இருக்கிறது என்பதுதான் திமுகவினருக்கு இருக்கும் பெரும் சிக்கல். இந்த விஷயத்தில் ஒரு குடும்பம் மொத்தமுமே பயங்கர எரிச்சலில் இருக்கிறது. இந்த திமுக காரர்கள் என்ன நினைக்கிறார்கள் என்றால், பணம் தான் கிடைக்கவில்லை, குறைந்தபட்சம் அதை நாங்கள் தான் செய்தோம் என்று தம்பட்டம் அடித்துக் கொள்ளலாம். என்னமோ ஒட்டுவாங்களே, என்னது என்னது இன்னும் அத ஒட்டிக்கிறாங்க. ஆனால் ஐயோ பாவம், இதிலும் கூட அவர்களுக்கு வெற்றி கிடைக்கவில்லை. நான் திமுக காரர்களுக்கு ஒன்று கூறிக்கொள்ள விரும்புகிறேன். மோடி தமிழ்நாட்டின் வளர்ச்சி திட்டங்களுக்காக அளிக்கப்படும் பணத்தை கொள்ளையடிக்க விடமாட்டான். எந்த பணத்தை நீங்கள் கொள்ளையடிக்கின்றீர்களோ, கொள்ளையடித்திருக்கிறீர்களோ, அந்த பணம் திரும்ப வசூலிக்கப்பட்டு தமிழ்நாட்டின் மக்களுக்காகவே செலவு செய்யப்படும். எனதருமை நாட்டு மக்களே, இது மோடி அளிக்கும் கேரண்டி, இது மோடியின் உத்தரவாदम।
साथियों, परिवारवादी पार्टियां सिर्फ और सिर्फ अपने भविष्य की सोचती है, जबकि मोदी देश के भविष्य का सोचकर काम कर रहा है। परिवारवादी पार्टियों के समय देश के 18,000 गांव में बिजली नहीं थी। देश के 2.5 करोड़ से ज्यादा घर अंधेरे में थे। आप भी जानते हैं 21वीं सदी की बहुत बड़ी चुनौती एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी है। आज हमारी सरकार इस दिशा में भी तेजी से काम कर रही है। अभी मैं कल्पाकम से ही वहीं से आ रहा हूं जहां भारत ने ऊर्जा क्षेत्र में आत्मनिर्भर बनने के लिए बड़ा कदम उठाया है। आज कल्पाकम में देश के पहले और मेड इन इंडिया फास्ट ब्रीडर रिएक्टर ने बिजली उत्पादन के लिए ऐतिहासिक पड़ाव पार किया है। तकनीकी भाषा में कहें तो आज इस परमाणु ऊर्जा केंद्र में कोर लोडिंग का आरंभ हो गया है। कुछ ही समय में इससे बिजली उत्पादन शुरू हो जाएगा। इस रिएक्टर के चालू होने के बाद भारत ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजी हासिल करने वाला दुनिया का दूसरा देश बन जाएगा। मैं सभी भारतवासियों को इस उपलब्धि के लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं।
குடும்ப அரசியல் பேசும் கட்சிகள் தங்களுடைய எதிர்காலத்தை பற்றி மட்டுமே சிந்திக்கின்றன. ஆனால் மோடி தேசத்தின் எதிர்காலத்தை பற்றி சிந்தித்து செயல்படுகிறேன். குடும்ப அரசியல் கட்சிகள் ஆட்சி செய்த காலத்திலே 18,000 கிராமங்களில் மின்சாரமே இருக்கவில்லை. தேசத்தின் 2.5 கோடிக்கும் அதிகமான வீடுகளில் இருள் சூழ்ந்திருந்தது. 21ஆம் நூற்றாண்டின் பெரிய சவால் என்று சொன்னால் எரிசக்தி பாதுகாப்பு, எனர்ஜி செக்யூரிட்டி என்பதை நீங்கள் நன்கறிவீர்கள். இன்று நமது அரசு இந்த திசையில் மிக விரைவாக செயலாற்றிக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது. நான் இப்போதுதான் கல்பாக்கத்திலிருந்து வருகிறேன். இங்கே எரிசக்தி துறையில் தற்சார்பு நிலையை அடையும் திசையில் பாரதம் பெரிய அடியை முன்வைத்திருக்கிறது. இன்று கல்பாக்கத்திலே தயாரிக்கப்பட்ட ஃபாஸ்ட் பிரீடர் அணு ஆலையானது மின்சார உற்பத்திக்காக வரலாற்று சிறப்புமிக்க நிலையை கடந்திருக்கிறது. தொழில்நுட்ப முறையிலே சொன்னால் இன்று இந்த அணுசக்தி மையத்தில் கோர் லோடிங் தொடங்கிவிட்டது. சில காலத்திலேயே இதன் மூலம் மின் உற்பத்தி தொடங்கப்பட்டுவிடும். இந்த அணு உலை தொடங்கப்பட்டிருப்பதற்கு பிறகு பாரதம் இப்படிப்பட்ட தொழில்நுட்பத்தை பெற்றிருக்கும் நாடுகளில் 2வது நாடாக ஆகிவிடும். இந்த சாதனைக்காக நான் பாரத நாட்டவர்கள் அனைவருக்கும் என் நல்வாழ்த்துக்களை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்ளுகிறேன்.
साथियों, जब संकल्प बड़े हो तो परिश्रम भी उतना ही ज्यादा करना पड़ता है। साल 2024 की शुरुआत अब उसको बहुत ज्यादा सप्ताह नहीं गुजरे हैं। अभी तो हम मार्च की शुरुआत में हैं, लेकिन ये कालखंड दिखाता है कि भारत अपनी ऊर्जा जरूरतें पूरी करने के लिए कितने बड़े स्केल पर काम कर रहा है।
in association.
Very clearly putting down and very clearly saying that MPs and they can't claim immunity from prosecution on charges of bribery in connection with a vote for speech in the Legislative House. They also want to say that bribery is not rendered under Article 105 Part 2 or 194 of the Constitution of India. Bribery erodes probity in the public life, and the offence of bribery is agnostic, and it does not matter whether the vote is cast in certain direction or not cast at all. Bribery cases of peace when bribe is accepted is what the Chief Justice of India has said. The President has said he was very unanimous verdict. No dissent is there, and very clearly and categorically that judgment of 1998 of leaving us around as we set out. If it all from now on, any kind of a parliamentary right to cast a vote in the House, or in fact, a speech after taking a right.
All right, I think we lost connection with Ananya over there. But if we were to talk about this big breaking news coming in straight from the Apex Court is about the unanimous verdict by 7-judge bench on bribes for vote case. All right, we have Ananya back with us on the broadcast. Ananya, you were saying something over the Supreme Court's recent order. Would you like to read it again for our viewers?
Well, definitely. I was reading down the part and portions of the order that the Chief Justice of India himself read. Where it has very, very categorically been stated that, the bribery is not rendered immune under Article 195 or 196 of the Constitution. They also go on to say that bribery erodes the probity in public life, and now overruled the 1998 judgment in the PV Narasimha Rao case where MPs and MLAs were given particular immunity if they had casted a vote or given a speech after taking a bribe. However, the Supreme Court has clarified that the offence of bribery, starts and ends when a bribe is actually taken, and that's exactly why no kind of immunity can be granted to any kind of MP or a MLA if at all they take a bribe and cast a vote or give a speech in the Parliament of India. So that is a big Parliament or any kind of a house, legislative house, is what the Supreme Court has gone on to say. So big judgment is coming in the immunity that until now the MPs and MLAs enjoyed when it comes to bribery for casting a vote or giving a speech in the Parliament or in any kind of a legislative house is now completely gone. The Supreme Court goes on to say that it's an agnostic offence, and that's the reason why no kind of immunity can be actually granted.
Right, and just for the better perspective of our viewers, Ananya, could you take us back to the 1998's verdict in the PV Narasimha Rao case?
Well, definitely. The 1998 verdict in the PV Narasimha Rao case was a 3-2 verdict that was given by, in fact, the Supreme Court, where, it was said that the parliamentarians are immune when it comes to taking a bribe for giving, for giving a speech or casting a vote in the House. Is what that judgment had said, and challenging that particular judgment, appeal was made here in the Supreme Court of India first. 3 judges bench of the Supreme Court, and then 7 judges bench of the topmost court of the country has now very clearly and categorically in a unanimous verdict has stated that no kind of immunity can be enjoyed when it comes to, in fact, an offence of bribery.
Big breaking news now coming in. Well, we are learning that unanimous verdict by 7-judge bench on bribes for vote case is out. Supreme Court has in fact overruled the 1998 verdict in the PV Narasimha Rao case. The Apex Court was deciding if lawmakers have immunity from prosecution for taking bribe to make speech, cast vote in House, whether legal immunity enjoyed by legislator under Article 105 and 194 protects them from prosecution for taking bribes or not. We have CNN News 18's legal correspondent Ananya Bhatnagar joining us on the broadcast. Ananya, please help us put that into perspective for our viewers.
Well, definitely, this is a very, very crucial verdict that is now coming from the top of the country. Remember, there was Sheeta Soren, who was a member of the JMM, who had, in fact, not the Supreme Court. The matter had travelled from 3 judges bench to finally in this bench headed by the Chief Justice of India, Dr. Jibe. Now, when categorically starts to be clarified that no kind of immunity is enjoyed by any parliamentarian when it comes to taking price for giving a vote in the Parliament in the House, or taking a bribe or giving a speech in the House. So that is the situation that existed. Due to the 1998 judgment in the PV Narasimha Rao case does not exist now. Is what the Supreme Court is very, very categorically stated, very clearly putting down and very clearly saying that MPs and states can't claim immunity from prosecution on charges of bribery in connection with a vote for speech in the Legislative House. They also go on to say that bribery is not rendered under Article 105 Part 2 or 194 of the Constitution.